Hi everyone! So today I thought I would discuss a massive love of mine, and it is a massive love of mine. It's something I have loved for about 11 to 12 years now, and it is the Eurovision Song Contest. For those who do not know, the Eurovision Song Contest is a yearly event. It's hosted in the country that won the year before. Your prize for winning is hosting it, and the rule is pretty simple. Every country that enters sends in a song and a representative. They sing, they perform, the rest of Europe vote for their favourite, and the one with the most points at the end of the night wins. It's great. About 43 countries do it now, including Australia. I have followed the Eurovision Song Contest for about 12 years now. It's great for me. I love it so much. It's like my Christmas, to be honest. And like I said in my first video, I actually now write for a blog covering the Eurovision Song Contest and it leading up to it. Not as paid work, but I would love to be paid to write about a song contest that I love. That would just be amazing. So I guess I should start like where I first discovered Eurovision, and I think it was like back in 2006 is the first time I remember sitting down and watching it. And I think I was just channel scrolling, flicking through, and it came on. I was 13 at the time, so I was just really getting into my dancing. I've been doing that for about a year and I was really loving it, and I was learning parts about my personality. You know, I was like sticking at things and I knew like, right, this is me, this isn't me, and I realised that I really enjoyed music, mainly because of my dancing, and I was just like, oh, a show about music and performing and all this magical stuff coming on the screen. Well, that's great. Obviously, Eurovision is regarded as something that is very camp and very much for the gay community and all this lot. And I can see why people say that, especially from the year that I started watching in 2006. You know, there was very cheesy music, very cheesy dancing, not great singing. But it has evolved and changed since then, I will admit. But I do remember my first memory of Eurovision was the Finnish entry, Lordi, with the song Hard Rock Hallelujah.
Angels, swing that hard rock, hallelujah. Demons and angels, only one have a right. Rock and roll angels, swing that hard rock, hallelujah. God's creation, supernatural high.
Yeah, a rock band in full outfits and garb on the stage, and they won, and to this day it's still one of my favourite songs to enter the contest. So yeah, I remember watching it, and then I would forget about it. Like most people, I would just forget about it, but whenever I saw that it came back on, I always like made a conscious decision then to sit down and watch it. I was like, oh, Eurovision, I remember that was good fun. Not many people I knew actually watched it at the time, so I didn't really talk about it or mention it to anyone. Negativity about it, especially around from the United Kingdom, because we haven't done well in the last 20 or so years, sadly. But, you know, at the end of the day, yes, it's a competition, but for me, the reason I watch it is because I'm a lover of music, I'm a lover of culture, I love the world, I would love to travel and see the world, so seeing a competition which embodies my love of music and performing with culture and the world and all these different places is just great for me. I think it's fantastic, and I just love it. I think it's absolutely great. Another thing I love about Eurovision is just the wide scope of what you get in one evening. And let's take an example from this year's contest. On this end, let's say you've got, alright, Lucy Jones, who represents the United Kingdom this year, and she sang a very beautiful ballad called Never Give Up on You. And then let's hop over to this side and we have Romania, and let's see what they were bringing this year.
You are gonna miss out on this ride. Wanna hear the sound, wanna act pretty crazy.
Yep. They literally had an R&B rapper with a woman yodeling, and it was fantastic. It was absolutely amazing. Such classic things, and then such weird and wacky things, and you're just kind of like, how is it? But it's great. It's absolutely great, and you know, if that's what people want to represent their country for that year, that's fantastic. Some are more questionable than others, but hey ho, it is what it is. Obviously, you know, Eurovision has been stigmatized a lot with voting and neighbour voting, and it's all politics, mainly because a lot of the countries that now compete were part of the USSR before it expanded back in between the early 90s. And I'm not going to sit here and say it's all politics or it's not politics. Yes, there is probably a little bit, and there is some neighbour block voting going on, we can't deny that. But I purely think it's because that region, those regions, are very in tune with each other with music. And if they sent, for example, if Sweden sent a song that you would hear in Scandinavian charts, of course, then you're going to get Norway and Finland voting, so that's going to be very similar to what they send and what they hear on the radio. And that's another thing, because they're such small countries, a lot of them have careers, not in just that country, but in that area. So Russia, for example, their entry last year, Sergei Lazarev, he is a huge star in Eastern Europe. Like, he is known throughout Bulgaria, Ukraine. I'm now looking at my map to make sure I get the countries right. He's massive in that area. So when, of course, he got third overall, and of course he was going to do well because he is known in that part of the world as a very competent and very strong performer. People say that's why the UK don't do well because of our stance and politics and things that have happened, and I'm not going to get into that. But this year, we did okay actually, I feel. In one side where it was on a professional standpoint and they had to mark it on their voices and all that, the UK actually came out 10th in that section, which is pretty damn good. The public didn't love it as much, but it was never a public song because the public don't love those sorts of ballads much anymore, which is fine. We still got a good result, I was happy. But yeah, there is politics, yes, I will not deny it, but at the same time, there isn't. Like, you do not see them voting for the neighbours all the time. Like, it doesn't happen as much as people think anymore, and it's a lot more transparent now. So, and also, people can get in trouble if they do that now. Countries have had their votes disqualified, and people kicked out of the juries, and countries been threatened with exclusions because their votes have all looked so similar. So, the EBU, the European Broadcasting Union, they're not stupid about it. Like, they know what they're doing. And I only know this side because obviously I follow it and I'm intelligent it a bit more, and that's what happens when you spend your spare time looking at stuff about Eurovision and watching competitions to select their artists and languages and songs you can't understand a word of, but you just think it's great because it's something that you love and enjoy. I have never been to Eurovision though. I would love to go, and a lot of my friends have gone, and hopefully I'm going to go in 2018 where I'll be in Lisbon in Portugal. I hope to go, I'm planning to go. Let's watch this space. But yeah, there are just a few things about Eurovision and why I love it. As a final point, it's just a fun, fabulous night of music with your friends. You can have a laugh, you know, there's drinking games, you know, just have fun with it. And just, if you don't like the politics and all that side, get involved and you just enjoy the music and take it for what it is a great night. I absolutely love it, and I don't think I ever will stop loving it. So, thank you for listening. If you are a fan of Eurovision or not, let me know, and yeah, thank you for watching guys, and until next time, have a good one whatever you're doing. Bye for now.